Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DDB's End Zone Empire with your hosts, Dave, Dustin, and Brian, your source for the latest and greatest fantasy football info, wagering, injury reports, picks of the week, and more.
All right, folks, we are here at AB's Bar. I appreciate you spending some of your day with us. We're going to get into this Week 18, but I want to let you know that I'm your host, Dave. I'm here with my co-host, Brian.
What's up? Dustin's back.
My other co-host, Dustin, back in the building.
What's up, people? I just want to let you know you're talking to a back-to-back fantasy football champion here, so no.
Burn them up. We're glad that you're here with us for a little while, and if you could just, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. It really helps us out quite a bit. And if you have questions, send them in. We'll be glad to answer them. Brian, should we just jump in, or what do you want to do? What are you drinking on over there?
I've got some Elijah Craig, but yeah, I say we jump right into it.
Just get into it.
Yeah, because I like his first game.
You like the first game. I'm concerned about this first game, but before we get into our concerns and whatnot, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries in the Steelers-Ravens game.
Yes, with the Steelers, we got Kenny Pickett with an ankle injury, and he'll be a game-time decision. If he's unable to go, we got Mason Rudolph to start. Najee Harris has a knee injury, and it's unclear if he'll be able to play Week 18. Now we're going to jump to the Ravens side, and they'll be resting some players this week, mostly Lamar. So you'll be starting off with Tyler Huntley. We got Keaton Mitchell, who tore his ACL, so he's been placed on IR. Melvin Gordon was added to the roster, but you got Gus Edwards to play, hopefully, unless they decide to rest him also.
I see that happening.
Zay Flowers has a calf injury, so most likely he won't play either.
Yeah, anybody with a slight injury is going to be sitting.
And
for
Gus
sure.
is their number one right now, so I think we can all agree on that.
That's why you'll probably see Melvin Gordon.
But I'm thinking,
okay, with the Ravens sitting all these people, and at home, do the Steelers have a shot here?
They a very slim shot. I mean, what's his name?
Tyler
Huntley. There you go. I was wanting to say Hadley for some reason, but
He's we all nicely before.
He has, but I mean it's all on the defense as far as that goes. And Mason Rudolph's been playing lights out right now.
Yeah.
So I think, do you really think Rudolph has a chance of starting, even though Kenny Pickett's back?
Well, I think didn't Rudolph put up pretty good numbers last
He did.
week,
I mean, he went 18 for 24 for 274.
Yeah, I mean
that's
going to win some games.
That's managing the game. Great. I mean, he didn't throw a touchdown, but he didn't throw a pick either, which opened up the running game with Najee Harris, which we've all been waiting on. The 27 carries for 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Warren added 75 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So it really opened up the running game against Seattle. So I see Pittsburgh going in and taking the win.
So, Dustin, what's the spread on this game? The spread?
Ravens are getting plus 3.5 at home, and then you got 36.5. 36.5 is over under.
So the Steelers are minus 3.5. Is that the play here?
I think so. I got Pittsburgh money line and the over.
Okay. What is the over under?
36.5.
36. You did say that.
But
okay.
Baltimore has nothing to play for. Steelers have everything to play for.
The Steelers have to win, and then I think
they actually need some help.
A couple people need to lose, and the Steelers have a chance to get in. But it starts with winning. They have to win first. They have more to play for. That's why. Listen up, people. Lock it in. It's a Saturday, it's not Thursday.
No Thursday game.
It's a Saturday game. Lock it in. Steelers will beat the Ravens.
I'll take Dave's back on that.
I like it. I like that one.
Yeah,
100%.
And I'm with Dustin. I do like the money line, a little more than the 3.5. So Dustin, is there any other? When I look at this game, I feel like the Ravens will be playing some of their starters, maybe not their main key guys. They're still going to have a good front. They're still going to have a good defensive front. I mean, this could be a physical game. Steelers like to get physical and muck it up, but the way the Steelers have been moving the ball lately, I don't know if they can do it on this second-string defense, but we're going to find out. Either way, I said it, folks. Lock it. It's over.
Yeah, I see the Ravens probably sitting everybody.
I'll tell you too
quarter.
on your.
They do have an old team.
Yeah, but on your DraftKings and everything, I think Kenny or George Pickens, I think he continues. He's had 2 phenomenal games. He put up 7 catches for 131. Then he had 2 touchdowns a week before for 195.
Yeah, it's like, Coach, see what happens when you throw me the ball?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I see the ball rolling. I think he's a safe pick on your DraftKings.
Yeah. I can
Yeah,
get behind
and
that.
if you're still in a league that for some reason is still going, most of them are over. That Jalen Warren coming out of the backfield, he's a nice spark for the Steelers. He catches the ball out of the backfield. He gives them a little speed burst in the backfield too in the handoff game. And I think he would be a solid play this week with a lot of these starters being benched on
Might be
several
able to throw
teams.
Justice Hill in there.
Yeah.
I bet he'll probably get the majority of the work, won't he?
Yeah, I'd say he will be. He'll be most because Gus Edwards is going to be on the bench. But I would say that Warren is probably the better start over Harris because he is going to get you those receiving. He's going to get you the
Yep.
catches. So, and Harris, you never know what you're going to get. He's put together a couple good games, but he's not to be trusted.
Okay, so our next game on the schedule is the evening Saturday game, and this is the Texans are going to Indianapolis to play the Colts. This is an interesting game here, but before we get into it, because there's a lot at stake here, but before we really get into it, let's hear from the football mama, see if there's any injuries.
Okay, on the Texan side, we got Noah Brown and Robert Woods. Both are nursing some hip injuries. They have yet to play this week. They got to log in some practice first to see if they can play. And then Colt-wise, you got Zach Moss still nursing that forearm injury. He's been sidelined, so we got to monitor him for week 18.
Okay, now, folks, this is an AFC South battle. The 3 teams are tied for first place. They're 9-7, Jacksonville, Colts, and the Texans. So the Colts and Texans both need a win here if they want to secure a spot for sure in those playoffs.
This is one of the biggest games this weekend,
see,
I'd say.
I think this is actually how the Steelers are going to get in. They need a Buffalo loss. They need the Jags to lose. And then, of course, one of these teams are going to fall between the Texans and the Colts.
Okay, so let's just assume, let's see, Jacksonville's playing the Titans. We'll get into that later, so let's not assume anything on that yet. But this game, let's just assume that if you win, you're in the playoffs. Both teams have a lot to play for. The Texans, C.J. Stroud's back now. The Colts, Minshew and company, they've been doing okay. They've had some down weeks here and there. This looks to be like a tough game. Dustin, what's the spread here?
Colts +1.
Colts +1,
Which
at
leads
home.
me
That
into,
means the Texans are.
They are, but I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
I'm on the Colts bandwagon here. They got Jonathan Taylor back. You got the Texans without Tank Dell, and you've seen since he's been gone, their points per game has decreased big time.
Yeah.
And you have kind of a gimpy, what's his name? The other one, Nico Collins.
Yeah.
But they do have a strong running game. But I'm going with the hot hand on the other side with Pittman. I like Pittman. I like Downs. They have some tight ends over there that's really looking good. And Colts defense is not shabby at all. I'm taking the Colts in this game.
Okay. At home, too.
Yeah.
What say you, Dustin?
I'm going to go a little different than Brian. We got C.J. Stroud coming back. Both teams are playing pretty good. I think Texans got the better quarterback, got the better defense, and I'm saying get the Texans now before that line moves anymore.
Yeah.
I think they're good at -1 right now.
Yeah, I do. I like the way the Colts are playing. That's why this game's going to be a battle for me. And I honestly,
What do you got?
I was back and forth.
Yeah.
It was a tough game for me to pick, but I've already picked the Texans, and I'm gonna have to stick with it.
I got you.
We'll be hearing from Brian next week.
Yeah.
Yes,
But,
sir.
so I do
Yes.
pick the Texans to win. There's a little bit of fantasy relevance Brian gave you, and what's the over under there, Dustin?
47.5.
47.5. Ooh,
I like it
don't know.
though.
I don't know.
That's a
too,
lot.
It's too powerful offense.
Yeah.
And defenses that they do show up, but they could take a day off. So
Yeah,
you never know, and it is a big
I
battle.
might stay away from
Yeah.
that. I might stay away from that over under. Maybe if I had to pick one, I do kind of like the under. What do you think, Dustin? You like the over under?
I'm sticking. I'm staying away, but I could definitely see it going over.
I like the money line though. I do like it. It is two potent offenses that can definitely go off, but I like the money line on it.
Right. Okay. So that is going to push us. We're just going to keep rolling right into Sunday morning at 1 o'clock. They have the Bucks are going to take on the Panthers in Carolina. The Panthers are eliminated. They're terrible. They need to fire everybody. But the Bucks, on the other hand, they
Win, all they got to do is win, and they're
Clinch
in.
the division, yeah.
That's it. All they got to do is win, and they win it.
Yeah, they're 8-8. They're tied with the Saints at 8-8. The Falcons are a game behind at 7-9. So that does.
I just got to say, I love how the NFL does this. At the end of the season, they actually group all of the divisions together. So, like with the Bucks, actually, if they win this, but if they slip up to the Panthers, you have the Falcons playing the Saints one game behind. But if the Falcons win that game,
No clinch.
the Falcons can clinch.
Yeah.
So it brings so much drama and controversy. I love it.
Yeah, but also the Saints could win and the Bucks could win.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
yeah,
that's
but-
how I have it going down in my paper.
Well, I mean, but if the Bucks win, the Saints win, then the Saints are going to need some help to get into. So
Yeah.
But if the Bucks lose, Saints win, Saints are in. I love all the scenarios, and I'd rather see the Saints in than the Bucks.
Now, what's the spread on this one, Dustin?
We got Carolina -5.5.
Carolina -5.5.
That
Let me
sounds
ask you a stupid question. Did we check in with the football mom and see if there's any?
We did
We
not.
probably need to. We need
All right,
to.
let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any.
We get to
injuries.
rambling.
Well, there's just one, and that's with the Bucks. You got Baker Mayfield, who sustained a rib injury last week. He's still really sore, but he's definitely going to play.
Baker's playing regardless.
Oh yeah,
Baker's a troop, dude.
there's no injuries.
Has
on the
Baker
Panthers side.
won over people?
Baker
with this
played for the
time in the
Browns.
Tampa Bay now.
Oh, I believe so. You said there's no injuries on the Panthers
Yes.
side? Okay. I don't think it would have mattered anyway. None of us, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, none of us have the Panthers winning this game. Am I correct, fellas?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, we can. Yes, take
Yeah,
the
so,
-5.5.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a pretty good number. Even though the Bucks, they didn't get it done last week.
Well, you can parlay this
They-
bitch
I,
into
look, I was
Hang on,
down
I
at the
got you.
beach. I took a vacation, y'all.
The Bucks, they took a loss to the Saints by 10.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
23-13.
So, this is one of those games where the Bucks have a lot on the line. Panthers don't have really anything to play for. They're going to get that number 1 draft pick. What they do with it's their business. But
All they're going to do is give it to the Bears.
maybe,
No, that's it. I mean, that's how they got Young. But let's not forget one thing, that this could be Mike Evans' last game.
Yeah.
Mike Evans is going off. 100%.
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, 100%.
Ooh.
I ain't gonna
Hey,
hit that 100.
You're
hearing
he
it
gonna
right
hit that
here.
100-yard mark.
Now
too, I
look,
bet.
when you're on your online betting, folks, there for every player there's an anytime touchdown. But then if you scroll down, there's one that says 2 plus touchdowns
or 3.
That's it.
If you can get 2 touchdowns, I'm not sure what the juice is on that, but I imagine you're gonna at least triple your money. I would think.
I would almost guarantee, not even looking at no stat sheets or nothing, but Mike Evans might have been the safest bet on a 2-touchdown game all season long.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or him and McCaffrey probably.
And
Yeah.
Williams,
Yeah.
that Williams kid.
yeah, when he's healthy, definitely. And a little just off the games and everything. Is Williams a top 3 pick next year, guys?
In draft
In fantasy drafts,
top 3.
Top
Nah,
3.
I don't know.
who's
man.
better? Who's better? McCaffrey. McCaffrey's
Yeah.
definitely. Who's
They're just actually going to go 1, 2, 3, or just out of running backs.
I mean,
just no?
let
No,
me ask you
1, 2,
this.
3. 1,
Would
2,
you
3.
take? Would you take what's his name?
Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams, or would you rather have Nick Chubb?
Kyron?
Nick Chubb's got a better line.
He's got a better line, but everything runs through Williams.
Broke
on
his
that.
leg twice.
I got you. But I mean, you are not going to give me a player that's better, and it's really just volume of carries, and receiving out of the backfield. He is probably, other than McCaffrey, the number 1 guy, running back in the league, who just gets everything thrown his way, handed to him, everything. So I wanted to get off point there for a minute, but I've been thinking about that. I want to throw that out there, but let's get back
Now,
to the Bucks and
Brian,
Panthers.
besides 2 touchdowns out of Evans, is there anybody else out there that might help somebody win a fantasy league with their championship?
Godwin really showed promise. Of course, White, Dustin can vouch
Yeah.
for this one.
He's good.
White, probably a top 5 running back in the league this year. He's consistent every week. Baker Mayfield, if he plays.
Does Hubbard or Thielen, do they exist here?
I think at this point, no.
No. Okay.
No.
All right. So we're just going to keep moving because we've got another. We're going to call it a banger. We've got another banger for you, folks. This is the Cleveland Browns in the Battle of Ohio, driving down to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. And before we get into it, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
All right, with the Browns side, you got Elijah Moore still in concussion protocol. Has not cleared that yet. You've got Amari Cooper with the heel injury, but they're pretty much saying they're going to hold several of their starters, starting with Joe Flacco, probably Amari Cooper, and David Njoku. Jeff Driscoll will be the starter this week. And there is no injuries on the Bengals side.
Well, I mean, I think you can safely give this game to the Bengals for the simple fact that she didn't name no defensive players, but I'm sure there's going to be some bench.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, that's pretty much taken away their whole offense. And if all those guys are out, I'd say Jerome Ford's out too. So this is really
Kareem Hunt territory.
I mean, I think Kareem's
and
probably
the
going to get
Bengals,
sick too.
the Bengals are out, so they're not playing for anything.
No, so I mean,
but pride and paycheck.
it's a safe bet to say, I mean, there really ain't much to talk about this game. When you bench players, there ain't a lot to talk about a game because if you do win, the Bengals have nothing to talk about.
Now,
if
what's
they
the
do.
over-under there, Brian? Or Dustin?
39.
Dang, well, that's a little higher than I thought it
The
was
spread's
gonna
a little wonky too. I was wanting the spread is Cincinnati -6. Is 6 too many points? Can the Browns cover that still?
Well, the Browns still
Getting
have a
6?
good scheme on defense, whether they have all the players in or not.
Well, this is probably avoidable on watching and betting.
Yeah.
If you-
Yeah, I'm going to give this game to the Bengals, and if you do bet it, stick with the money line.
Yeah, I mean,
That might help you there.
and this is a sad part about the last week of the season that, I mean, a lot of these games we're going to bypass because when they start benching players, what do you want? What do y'all want to talk about with it?
yeah. No fantasy, nothing to bet
I mean,
on.
yeah, I mean, it's like you really don't know what's coming in and what they're going to be playing against because you haven't saw a lot of these players before. They could actually have some gems sitting there and you don't even know about it.
Well, I know a team that is not going to bench any players because they're still playing for home field in the playoffs, and they could lock it in. So look, folks.
Are we going lines?
You take the Bengals money line if you have to. Maybe avoid it in your parlay. I think we're not going to spend too much time talking about that game anymore. But their next game that we're going to get into is the Vikings are going to play in Detroit with the Lions. The Lions are playing for home field. I know they're not benching folks because they want that home field advantage. They want to play in the Pontiac Silverdome. Is that right? No.
That's Ford Field.
Ford Field. Gosh, man, Silverdome was like the
Barry Sanders.
damn, he's going
with
back.
the turf. Yeah, you know what?
But if you look at this game too, the Vikings had to win last week against Green Bay to even have a chance at the playoffs. So the Vikings are just playing spoiler, and to play someone in your division and spoil something for them, Vikings are going to be bringing it. So let's hear those injuries real quick.
Okay, only injuries that I have is on the Lions side, which is Jameson Williams. He sustained an ankle injury.
Non-factor.
We're to monitor his status, unaware if
Boys,
he will play
fantasy
week
side, I'm going to get you.
18. Everybody else is ready to go.
All right. So, Dustin, what do you have as your over-under and your spread there?
45.5.
45.5.
Yeah.
What's the spread?
Detroit -3, which I actually like.
I actually like that too.
The Lions are set to host their first playoff game since 1994.
I like it.
I was going to
So
say
David,
91.
I was going to go 97.
I like the Detroit -3 and under 45.5. I think the Lions get out early and then they'll start resting some people, so I think that 3 will hold up.
I don't see them resting. I think it all depends on what quarterback we're going to get out of the Vikings. Which, if anybody can tell me if we're going to get Mullen,
or
if we're going to get Mullen, we're going to see a good game. Hall, I think everybody saw last week. He got benched at halftime, and the coach was thinking I better change my mind before I lose my job. So, but going back to the Williams case, he had a 63-yard catch last week. And he is your home run threat on that team, so it could be a big loss. Maybe not in this game, but in the future they do need him.
Yeah. My only problem here, and I know why they have the over-under at 45.5, because that's a lot. They're expecting points here. And the reason I believe that is because Detroit, they have a way of letting those receivers get loose a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, their secondary is a little bit suspect. If they're going to win a championship, if they're going to make a run for the championship, Aiden Hutchinson's been playing his mind out. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
He's been going nuts.
3
but
sacks
he can't
last
do it all. The corner's best friend is that pass rusher. The pass rusher's best friend is a corner. Hey, you cover him 3 seconds, I got the rest. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, can Detroit do it? My problem is I know that Jefferson's over there on the other side, and he's hard to guard. If Mullins or whoever the quarterback is can get Jefferson going early, this could be a fairly high-scoring game. This could be a 28-24 type of game.
I don't really mind the over too much on here.
I kind of like it too, but I think the whole thing of this game is with T.J. Hawkinson being out, it really kills the Vikings, and I really think Jordan Addison has come out of his shell.
Yeah,
he's going to be a great receiver in this league, but it's going to take more than him and Jefferson. They don't have much of a running game. I think what's that, Chandler?
Chandler show's over.
Yeah, I mean that was a 1 week wonder. You're not going to see a lot of that. That's rebuilding mode. I see the Lions dominating this game.
Okay, so we all like the Detroit -3.
Oh, yeah.
Dustin likes the over, and I think I do too. Brian sounds like an under kind of guy.
I do. I think a lot of the points are going to come from the Lions, and I see a lot of turnovers by the Vikings.
Okay. Now, Brian, if there's somebody out there that maybe they got a championship game this week, they got a couple guys who are sitting because their team's locked the playoffs. Is there a sleeper pick here that can help somebody?
I want to pick a Vikings player, but I can't.
I kind of like the Vikings. I don't
Do
know.
you
You got to
bench-
find out who's playing quarterback, I guess.
I mean, you wouldn't bench Jefferson?
No,
though, would
no,
you?
no. You're going to start him. You're going to start Addison. Just what they've done production-wise throughout the year. And I think the Lions players, that's where you're going to get your volume from. You're going to get them from all the receivers. Laporta just been playing out of his mind.
Yep.
Another fantasy question for next year. Laporta, top 3 tight end.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not
100%. Okay. All right. I want to throw that. I've just been thinking about all this shit, guys. So
Yeah, he's easy 3-4 right there.
We'll start our draft talk here, folks. Probably in the next 3 weeks.
oh yeah, you're gonna get it all right here.
It's
Listen.
too early to tell draft. But anyway, so this game is there's a lot to play here for Detroit. The Vikings being a rival there, they want to play spoiler. So this is going to be an interesting game to watch. I would bet Detroit eat the 3 points. And I like the over, but you know what? You can stay away from it if you feel like it.
It's going to take a lot, though, in the playoff type picture because, I mean, they're going to need the Cowboys to lose, the Eagles to win, Detroit to win for the Detroit Lions to take number 2 seed.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a little bit. We don't even want to talk about the call that was made in the Detroit Cowboys game last week because it really meant a lot. If you look at if you look at the playoff picture,
Right, but you know we're not going to sit here and argue about refereeing. You know,
we're
they made
not,
their call,
but
they did it,
we're
it's
not going to
over
get
with.
fined either, like everybody
Yeah,
else.
for
I just
sure.
want to say we're not a cussing bullshit. That was a bad call, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna get into it.
No, and you're right. It was. But the thing is, when those guys walked over that official, we weren't there. We don't know what was said and
No,
what
we don't.
wasn't.
We
so,
don't. But
you know, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, everybody knows.
So
clear cut.
one or two's to disguise who's going to be,
Yeah,
who's
clear
gonna
cut. I just wanted.
Well,
I
well,
had.
would you-
we
would you
could not
think-
talk about Detroit and not bring that up,
Yeah.
guys.
Well,
What'd you think he was exchanging cookie recipes?
I mean, yeah.
Well, he
15
could have been saying something about his mama. I don't know.
Hey man, how's your mom and them's? Are we all right? And then calling for a flag,
That's
calling for a
it.
penalty.
That's it. I mean, like, what do you do? But I could not. We couldn't get past Detroit without bringing that up. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So I guess that's just going
That's
to
a
push
clear
us right
cut.
into our next game, which is really, gosh,
A banger.
it's not a banger.
If you're going Jets and Patriots, is that where you're going?
Yes. The Jets are at the Patriots next. They're going up to Foxborough.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most unwatchable game of the week.
Well,
Oh, yeah. You got that right.
so before we give you our analysis here, let's go ahead and check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of injuries here. Jets-wise, we just got Zach Wilson out in concussion protocol, so you got Trevor Simeon to lead them on.
Oh, Simeon.
And then, of course, you got Alan Lazard with an illness. It's not like anyone's missed him anyway.
That sounds
All right.
personal.
Only Aaron Rodgers.
I know. Then you got the Patriots. You got Hunter Henry with a knee injury. He's limited in practice. If he's unable to go, there's really no other viable backup. So
Mike Gesicki.
yeah, that'll be about it.
He can do the quitty.
Ramad Stevenson still has that high ankle sprain and will end his season on IR. Juju Smith-Schuster also was placed on IR with an ankle injury.
Go figure.
And then Devontae Parker with his rib injury,
The biggest.
usual.
Man, Iron Man's hurt.
The biggest go figure.
So that's what you got to look for. We'll see who will actually play.
Hey, they still have Douglas. That's all I got to say. Zappy will
And
find Zeke what?
Elliott.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to bring us injury. But,
No.
All right, you was actually in on the chant with me. I gotcha.
So this game, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to play for, but I still feel like the Jets want to. They want to prove that, hey, even though Rodgers went down, we still have it. We still have a good team here. Yada yada yada. I don't think those guys they couldn't block for these other quarterbacks. They're not going to be able to block for Rodgers either. So I think that was a big part of it.
You can probably
they
start.
will reload that line in the offseason. You can guarantee it because
This guy is meat riding the Jets. Come on now.
well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I like the Jets here in this game. I'll probably stay away from it in my parlay. But you know what I didn't do?
What's that?
Last game, I didn't lock in the Lions.
You didn't?
I did not. So let's backtrack for a little bit and go ahead and let's lock in the Lions -3 on that last against the Vikings. I forgot to say that. Okay, so moving forward, the Jets, the Patriots are banged up. They don't seem to have anybody but Zeke healthy, and the Jets, their defense is still they're still playing pretty good, and their offense has shown a couple sparks here and there. I think the Jets get it done on the road here. I don't want to lock it, but I'll think about that. What's the over-under?
Let's see, 30.5.
That's crazy.
That is low.
That's crazy. No,
So-
but that's high for them.
Y'all gonna think my picks are insane.
No, you
when
go
I
ahead.
get to
Hit me
this.
with them.
All right.
Give it to us.
We got Jets versus Patriots. Patriots -2 at home. Jets have only covered one of their last 9 games. I'm going to say the Patriots are playing more inspired for Belichick's last game. I'm going to go Pat's money line and take the over.
I like it. Dude, I could see
That's a
this.
storyline
I
there.
could literally see this as a 9-6 game. I think that the over-under is too high. I wouldn't even take the over on that. I just do not see anything coming to this game. Fantasy-wise, nothing. I think Brees Hall's actually going to run into a good defense this week. I probably would not start him if you still are in fantasy leagues. I see Garrett Wilson getting a few catches.
I'm just thinking in my head like
I mean, Trevor Simeon getting anybody the ball. I don't think we're really seeing any of it. I see a 6-9 game. I don't think we even have anything else to talk about with this
So
game.
I think the over-under, the under might be a solid play here.
I'm taking the Patriots too, by the way.
the only reason I took the over is because everybody in America is taking the under. And you know how that goes.
Yep. Yes, you do.
I mean, but you do have 2 terrible quarterbacks, so a lot of points could come off defense this week.
yeah.
Start both defenses.
So this is one of those games we're just not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about it. I mean, I like the Jets. They like the Patriots. We're going to get it on. It's a head-to-head battle there. But up next, we have a game with a lot of significance here, and that is the Atlanta Falcons are going to go down to Nolans and play the Saints. And this has got a lot of this big implications here for the Saints. But before we get into it, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
Okay, with the Saints side, we got Jawan Johnson still in concussion protocol. Hopefully, he'll be able to clear that to play. Alvin Kamara left with an ankle injury, and he's been considered day by day. So we've got to see if he can log in enough time to play this week. And then you got Michael Thomas with that knee injury, and he's probably going to end his season here for the rest of the season. Won't be back. And then you got the Falcons with no injuries, so we'll see what can happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even with all that said, I still kind of like the Saints here.
I mean, are we going Tyler Heineke this week, or are we going
For Atlanta,
Ritter? What are we going with this week? I mean, I think that's what it all depends on.
Yeah.
And if we're going Heineke, is it any better than Ritter?
I don't think so, really. With Heineke, you're going to get more touches for London.
Look. Honestly, I had somebody talk to me today that I don't even know how much football he knows about, but they have two of the most dynamic players in the game with Pitts and Robinson, and they do not know how to use them.
Not a
No.
clue. I think you'll see a huge staff overturn in Atlanta after this
I
year's
think
over
that
with.
is exactly what you're going to see. And, I mean, I'm definitely taking the Saints in this game, and they do need Johnson. I don't know if a lot of people looked at his stats last week. 12 targets, 8 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown.
I was just a couple weeks early on that.
Yeah.
It was, but I think that they shy away from the pass so much. They bring in that Taysom Hill, and I think they need to move away from Taysom Hill. I think that's their Achilles that's just hurting them right now.
Yeah, they lean on him a lot for everything.
You have two decent running backs. You have Williams. You have Kamara. It's like you do not need Taysom Hill. Let's hand the ball off. Let's play some. Huh?
He also got a touchdown this past week.
I know, and I'm just looking at this as, I mean, I think like you do see Taysom Hill and you think, okay, yeah, he can do some shit, but really just keep him at tight end. Maybe put him out as wide a couple times, but do not let the man run the ball. Just run the ball like you're supposed to, win some games, and that's how it's going to happen.
Yeah. Dustin, what's the spread here?
We got New Orleans at home -3 at 42 for
like
your over/under.
That sounds about perfect.
Yeah, I got. Both teams need a miracle to make the playoffs.
I like the over on it.
Yeah,
well,
I got
not
New
really though. The Saints are right in the mix. That's why they
Well, I think
have
they
more
have
to
to-
play for here.
They
Yeah,
need Tampa
but-
Bay to lose to
But
Carolina, don't
yeah,
they?
and it's a
Well, they're
chance.
tied. They're tied. So if they both win, they're still tied.
Yeah.
They are, but the Bucks hold the tiebreaker over them. So
Oh, is that right?
yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah, because they're
Bucks,
tied now.
Bucks win and they're in. Like they need them to slip up, and I don't see that happening. I don't see Carolina doing anything.
No.
They might
Yeah.
not score.
Saints are going to need some help, and honestly, I'm not for sure. I don't have the playoff picture in front of me, but they can make it in with a Bucks win and them winning, but it's going to take a little bit more help on the outside. I'm not exactly sure how that goes, but NFC ain't the AFC. I think we all know that.
Because the NFC, man, hold up.
Easy,
dog.
easy,
Hold
easy,
up, dog.
easy. Hey, bro.
How about the NFC South?
Yeah, I mean NFC South is booty, but you've got
And we
some-
all thought the AFC South was going to be booty, but it looks like they might get 3 teams in this year, guys.
Yeah, but I mean you got San Francisco, LA, Detroit, Cowboys, Eagles, all in the NFC. All those good teams.
No, it is. But
And the AFC, you got Dolphins, Bills, Ravens, Browns.
so you got the hottest team right now
Kansas
with the
City.
Bills. I mean, Miami could beat anybody on any given day.
Oh, come on with it now.
And the Baltimore, the hottest team probably in the league right now. Like, and you ain't gonna hear that out of me a lot.
You gonna curb stop Miami though?
No, easy.
I mean,
Coming from a Pittsburgh fan, we
You make the
can't-
49ers look silly at home.
yeah,
Yeah, I do. Whatever.
yeah.
Just
Okay.
leave me alone with it.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna back down from
That's
Brown
that
on
UK.
this.
Yeah,
That's
easy,
that UK
easy,
hate
boy.
just festering inside. of
Easy,
them right there.
guys, easy.
So yeah, so I still kind of like the Saints here. Maybe money line if nothing else, but I think you can take the 3 points and the over under. What we think here?
I got over
I like over on it.
42.
I like
yeah. Okay.
a lot of
I'm
points
with
to be
you. I'm
had and
gonna
a
go
lot
with
of
24-21.
There's actually a lot of fantasy players in this. Let's hope Young Hoku can make a kick this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
The man missed a lot last week, and that ain't Young Ho's thing.
Young Ho ain't about that life. Usually he, you know what I'm saying, he's
Young
good.
Ho.
He's right down the middle.
Be cool. Dave, give it to us,
Yeah.
dog.
No.
All right.
So, this is one of those games where, with the Saints having a tough defense, I don't know. I don't think that Robinson's going to do a whole lot. I don't think that Pitts is going to do a whole lot. London maybe, unless Lattimore's locking him down. And the Saints, I think they can get busy a little bit. Falcons have a tough defense, but I think the Saints win here.
Saints. I'll take the defensive line on this. You go with Saints on this one.
Yeah, I think we're just going to keep moving right on. Our next game is Jacksonville Jaguars are going up to Nashville, Tennessee to play the Titans.
Oh.
And this game, I know the Jaguars need
calling
to
this
win, but I'm not sure about the Titans. But we're going to get into it. But let's check in with the football mom and see about these injuries.
All right, with the Jaguars, you got Trevor Lawrence, who's got that shoulder injury, along with some other injuries he's gotten in the last few weeks.
Ankle.
He's considered day by day, so we'll just need to monitor. They do need to get a win this week. So far as to even activate Christian Kirk off IR, and they're hoping that he will play this week.
Really?
Yes.
Well, no, he just got put on that 21-day window.
I know, but
Where they
they're
have
still
so much time
to
saying
play
they hope
him.
he can play.
They're
Yeah.
hoping. I mean,
And then Zay Jones, hamstring and knee. He's trying to get some practice in so he can play this week, but I think that's going to be a far stretch for him. But we'll have
what
to
about
monitor that.
was Will Levis on there?
Yes, Will Levis has got that ankle sprain, and they said if he's unable to go, Ryan Tannehill will play in his spot.
That's going to be.
What about, I must have missed, I might be zoned out, Trevor Lawrence, is he playing?
It's a day by day.
Day by day.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they're going to do whatever they have to do to get Lawrence out on the field because the Titans don't need to win. They don't need to lose. They don't need to win. They don't need anything. I mean, they're
Don't even need
done.
to show up.
all they're
But
doing is playing spoiler.
Jacksonville has to win here, and they're tied with the Colts and the Texans. And one of those teams are going to lose because they're playing each other. So whoever they have to win if they're going to win this division. And
It's one of those scenarios. Winning, you're in.
Yeah,
So, I mean, Jacksonville winning, you're in, but Jacksonville, I think, has let a lot of people down this year.
yeah, and that's the thing. I like Jacksonville to win this game. I do not like them enough to bet it.
No, Jacksonville started off hot. I mean, they was probably one of the hottest teams at the beginning of the year when you had ETN just going off 2 touchdowns a
Kurt.
game.
And then they had to start playing at home.
That's
They
it.
sucked at
Then-
home this
and
year.
then, I mean, a lot of us was who's old boy Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Calvin Ridley. I stole him from Dave in one of our drafts just because he was hyped up so bad, and Dave had me going. And the man let me down.
Yeah, he did. He
Dave
did.
was going for the long play.
He was. And, dude, I got him in the 4th round. I was like, oh, I stole him. He came out week 1, killed it. And I think he took like 5
Disappeared.
weeks off.
Houdini.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
I
I
was
just
sitting
don't-
there with lonely Christian Kirk.
I could see an upset in this game.
Yeah. So listen, folks out there, I want to tell you a quick story. I was down. I was on vacation last week, and I was at the beach.
Yep.
And I asked my family members. There's several of them there, and I said, "Hey, does anybody want to drive to Jacksonville to watch this Jaguars game with me tomorrow?"
Are you serious?
And nobody wanted to go. So I didn't go because I didn't want to
Yeah.
go by myself. But
You want to know why?
nobody wanted to watch the Jaguars play.
Because C.J. Beathard was starting, dude.
And I think
Yeah.
the pool's closed too.
And
Yeah.
side note, if you're going to travel during the holidays, the only time that I have found that you can drive through Atlanta with no problems is Christmas Day and New Year's Day. Breeze right through. I've never done that in Atlanta before. I'm excited about it. I just want to tell you.
Yeah, it's
Did you
always a
wait?
headache,
Did
dude.
you really put that out to your family though? Was you
I
really going to
did.
go?
I was going to go, but
It's
nobody
not too
wanted to go
far
with
from
me.
Jacksonville. It's not too far of a drive.
Hey,
So-
your family's here though. We would have went with you, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
got a
would have done
jersey.
it. We would have done it. 100%.
Anyway, okay, so the Tennessee doesn't have much to play for. I think Will Levis gives them a little more firepower if he's a go, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to beat the Hem Hall Jaguars here. I mean, they're not really setting the world on fire, but I think the Jags get it done here just barely. I would even just stay away from it in your parlay.
I definitely see that. I think with Will Levis, I mean, you said the Titans have nothing to play for, so why play Will Levis? Let's keep him. He's the future of your franchise, obviously.
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill isn't. So Tannehill's going to be playing. If you look at the game last week, they managed a measly 3 points against the Houston Texans, which
Yeah.
I'm not saying the Texans have a down defense, but I mean, put up a better game. So we're going against the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. I do not see it. I want to see it just for the controversy in the actual division.
Yeah.
But
Well-
I see a strong game out of probably Henry this week. He seems to always go off against the Jaguars. I think we've all seen that.
Yeah.
He probably put up his best game against them.
The problem I have here is I like the Jaguars, and the biggest reason is Tennessee's on a 3-game losing skid, and in their division, they're 0-5.
Yeah.
So they've already lost to all these teams. You know, I don't think it gets much better this week. So really, Brian, I think we just need to keep moving.
Well, I got one more
All right, go
question.
ahead.
Though. Is Derrick Henry, is he on a contract year, or is he?
They're saying this is probably Tannehill and Henry's last year.
Okay,
in,
so I mean, but
in Tennessee.
Is that a contract reasons, or are we going to showcase Henry on this last day to try to trade him next year? That's kind of what I'm hunting for, and I'm going to get that question for y'all.
I don't know. I'd say probably. I don't know. You might want to keep his ass healthy for the trade block.
Protect your investment.
Yeah, because
Protect it, but you want to kind of showcase it too, because I mean,
I think
they
everybody
actually had a
knows
lot of
what
ball.
Derrick Henry can do. And if you're saying, hey, we want to prove that Derrick Henry still has something in the tank,
Derrick Henry's going to be 20.
well, here's the thing. What you're selling them is
get close to
potential.
that magic number for running backs.
What you're selling them is potential. But if you go out there and show them, you got nothing to do but lose.
But as a
That's the only thing you can do is lose.
As a like a Titans fan, if they're sitting there talking, they're actually thinking that's Eddie George type shit.
I'm saying whether they see him play or not, they realize the potential. So
They
that
know what they're
potential's
gonna
there.
get.
The only thing you can do by playing them is take that potential away.
I got you. All right, let's move on.
So anyway, we're gonna keep moving. We've got Seattle up next, going down to Arizona, and this is another one of those games that can get a little sideways. So we're gonna check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
All right, Seahawks wise, we got Kenneth Walker, who came in the game last week, still nursing that shoulder injury, but he did exit the game with that shoulder bothering him. So we'll have to see what his status is going to be for week 18. And Cardinal-wise, Marquise Brown had that hip injury, and he was placed on IR.
Okay, so Dustin, quick question: what's the over/under in the spread here?
We got Arizona getting 3 points and over/under sitting at 47.5 right now.
I think a lot of
That's
based,
a lot of points.
I think it's based off last week's game, though, the way that they played the Eagles.
Yeah, the Cardinals are kind of hot right now.
I got something that might sway you here.
All right, sway.
Well, we got Seattle has to win this game to keep their keep the playoff hopes up. Arizona, if they win this game, they go from the 4th pick down to the 7th pick with a win.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you did there.
All right. And then I'm guessing,
But here's
too.
the thing, though. Is there going to be a guy in that draft better than Kyler Murray right now?
Could be.
I mean, Williams is gone. You're not getting him.
No.
I like Big Penix energy, dude.
I like it. I like it, dude. I do like that pick. But look, I'm actually looking at this. I was trying to chat with Dustin before, like when Mom was going on. Like Seattle has to win, and I'm guessing Green Bay's got to lose, right?
I think so.
And that's going to put them both at 9-7,
Yeah.
and then Seattle would actually make it in, probably strength of schedule on that. So,
yeah, Packers are a must-win too.
but who do we want to see in the playoffs more? And hey, ladies and gentlemen, this comes from a Seattle fan. Who do we want to see in the playoffs more?
Seattle or Green Bay?
Yeah.
Seattle for me.
Who's going to give you the better game?
Yeah. I don't. God, both the teams. It just depends who shows up that day, honestly.
I mean, it's the way Love's been playing, though.
Yeah.
Love's been playing this off the chain. He's been without Christian Watson. So, I mean, we're not on that game yet. But let's actually break this game down. And I mean, I'm going to take Seattle in this game, even though they're going to Arizona. Arizona is a tough outing,
Yeah.
and Arizona's coming off that big win. They're going to come off, just I don't see them pulling it off 2 weeks in a row. And Pete Carroll is one of the most underrated coaches in our league.
Yeah,
Pete
and a
Carroll's
must-win
gonna-
situation,
Yeah.
too.
Pete Carroll's going to make it happen. I think we have a Walker. I mean, if you get behind him in that running game and you just dice in a little bit of the quarterback,
Yeah.
I think you're going to get it.
Yeah, I feel good. I like Seattle -3, but I'm going the under the 47.5. I think
I
Seattle
like the
tries
under
to
on
just
that.
Run it.
If they get a little bit of lead, yeah, they're just going to lean on Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
do
like
see
that too.
I see
I'm
more
with you.
Charbonnet in this game, though.
Yeah.
So Brian, you like the Cardinals?
No, I like Seattle in this game. I'm taking Seattle. Pete Carroll, I'm taking the better coach. I'm taking the better team.
Does McBride do anything?
He is a safe. He's
Yeah.
he's definitely a safe play and probably draft in your DraftKings and fantasy if you're still going. I mean, honestly, I think
James Conner.
James Conner's still a good one.
Yeah.
James Conner really lit it up last week, and he's the reason why they beat the Eagles. The steady running game really just showed. And
Hold on, the Eagles lost to the Cardinals?
Mom, don't even
Sorry.
get her going. It was bad, and I really don't see how it happened, but it really did. And I think it's one of those things though to where they let teams hang around. You know, I'm one not to take my foot off the brakes, and I want to get a big lead, and then I want to take my foot off. But the Eagles didn't do it, and it came back to smack them, and we all see what happened. You can't let the Cardinals hang around. Kyler Murray is actually a decent quarterback, whether what everybody says.
Yeah.
And they actually do have a lot of weapons outside of Hollywood Brown, Deutsch.
If Kyler Murray could stop playing video games, so much.
Was it Call of Duty?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean,
Or if you're Charlie Strong, it's called Two Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, and they have a strong running game and really a defense that people really don't think about sometimes. So.
Yeah, no, that's
Arizona
true. That's
could be
true.
pesky, dude.
Yeah. I might even stay away from that in my parlay.
I
Be
like the
honest,
over
I
on
like
it.
Seattle, but
There's going to be a lot of points to be had in this game.
yeah. Well, we're just going to keep moving. This next game is Chicago Bears are going to Green Bay to
It's gonna be
play
a
their
great
hated rival, the Packers. This game, let's see, Green Bay still has something to play for.
Yeah.
They do, yeah. I'm winning.
They're in a must-win, yeah.
If they win, they're in. I mean,
Okay.
10-7 season.
So before we get into that, let's go ahead and check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries in this game.
All right, we got the Bears. You got Darnell Mooney in concussion protocol. So we'll have to see if he can clear that to play. Deontay Freeman is out for personal reasons.
Foreman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I said Freeman, didn't I?
You
Foreman.
did. It's all good.
Yeah, he's out for personal
Foreman.
reasons, so I don't know if he's going to be playing or not.
That's all right.
Now, Packers-wise, they're banged up pretty good. You got Aaron Jones with an unknown injury, so they're monitoring his status. A.J. Dillon sustained a stinger, so we'll see if he'll be able to play. And
He's got a broken thumb.
Yeah, and that thumb did give him a lot of issues this past weekend.
That's all good.
You've still got Luke Musgrave still with that lacerated kidney, and he's probably out for the rest of the season.
This is one of my biggest keys of the week.
Christian Watson with that hamstring. Last week he just didn't feel like he was ready to go out there, and we still don't know what his status will be for this week.
Well,
And then Jalen Reed has been downgraded to doubtful for some rib injuries.
that's going to hurt.
Let me ask you, if the Bears get first pick, do they take a quarterback
No.
or they take Harrison?
I don't know. The fans
Harrison.
were going nuts. They want
Or-
Fields there.
Or
Dude, Fields is going nuts.
Or-
Yeah.
would you trade that first pick, move down a few spots, and then stack up a couple picks in the second, third
I
round?
think you can trade down and you can work on your offensive line.
Yeah.
I really do. And I think that's what they need. They have a couple solid running backs.
I think they trade down to 3 and still try to get Harrison, though.
Oh, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
DJ Moore on the other side, too.
Oh, good Lord. And then you got Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet. I mean, that's dude, I'm telling you, help me out with the quarterback.
For Fields? Justin
Fields. There you go. Fields has been playing out his mind the last couple weeks. Chicago is a team you don't want to play right
He's
now.
entertaining. He's
He
entertaining.
did all season when he wasn't hurt. I thought really.
I mean, Seattle fans right now, they are going to be the biggest Bears fans this week because Seattle needs the Bears to beat Green Bay in order for Seattle to get in.
Yeah.
So, I can see it.
Let me ask you,
100%, I can see
Dude, the
it.
Bears have won games like this all year.
Yeah, what's the over/under of that game?
44.
What's the spread?
Green Bay -3.
It is. But look, I'm actually taking in DraftKings right now. I'm taking Jordan Love as my as my quarterback. You can get him for $6,600 right now, and that's a quality pick right now as far as DraftKings goes.
Yeah.
As far as quarterbacks, because I mean the last 2 games he's been throwing 3 touchdowns. He's actually ran one in both games, so why not, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna lock it, but I like the Bears in this game.
I do too.
On the road, I think the Bears they've had a hot streak going. Now I know that the Packers have won their last 2, and so have the Bears. But this is one of those games where this is a heated rivalry. I don't think there's a bigger rival in that division than the Packers Bears, and I mean they're going for it. They're going for it. I like the Bears, even on the road in Lambeau. It's going to be a tough environment. Hopefully it doesn't snow.
No. I tell you what, I mean, I saw in the snow, though. I mean, Bears had no problem putting up points. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Cole Kmet get a catch?
I mean, the man's got to get. The man's got to get.
Where's
a
he
catch. He was all fantasy owners.
He
was
probably
hating that
cost
last
somebody a
Oh, yeah.
championship
week.
last
I'm sure
week.
Travis got something to say about that. Cole Kmet, no catches last week. I mean, all he's got to do is say, "Oh," because
Bruh.
I have
all of
zero to
us
say.
was like, "It's going to happen," but no.
Yeah, it was a complete dud, and that was number 2 for me last week.
That is. But Travis got second in the league. Kudos to him. That's it. Hey, he's in the money. But I think we're all looking at this game. What do you got on this game, Dustin?
Dude, let's see. The Bears haven't won in Green Bay in 9 years now. So I got the Packers with the must win. I'm saying give me Green Bay money line. I think it's going to be a
Close
I
one.
think it's going to be a hell of a game. Yeah.
So this is Green
I'm
Bay.
actually going over on 44 here.
Oh, are you?
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think barring the weather, maybe, but I could see him putting up that many points.
So if we just so happen to move along to the next game, is that? Is there anything else we need to get off our chest here?
No, I think we got everything.
Is there a-
Barring really.
Is DJ Moore a solid start in the playoffs here if you're still going?
I mean, I'm going to say as far as if you're still in your fantasy leagues and you need a tight end, Tyler Kraft.
He's been playing well. Yeah.
It's a very good tight end to pick up. Plug and play this week would be great with Musgrave out, and if Reed's going to be out and Watson's going to be out, that's just more targets he's going to get. So he is a definitely good plug and play this week.
Okay. So I like the Bears. You like the Bears, Brian?
I like them.
Me and Brian like the Bears. Dustin likes the Packers. So we're going to go head-to-head on that one this week.
All right.
But our next game is the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to go out to L.A. and play the lowly Chargers that just can't seem to get right. But before we get into that, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
All right, Chiefs-wise, we've got Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be out with the illness. Kadarius Toney with that hip injury.
Oh,
Justin
that's a
Watson
loss.
to take over during his absence. You got McCole Harden with the thumb. He has been activated off IR and could play Week 18.
There you go.
You've got on the Charger side Keenan Allen with that heel. He's likely done for the rest of the season. They're not going to push him any further than they need to right now.
There you go.
Donald Parham, shoulder injury. And it's to be determined whether he will be able to play or not. And then you got Josh Palmer on concussion protocol.
Okay.
This is
Now, Brian, this is one of those games where, well, you know the Chiefs are benching a lot of their players, so naturally you want to take the Chargers. But let me tell you something. The
No.
Chargers are one of the only teams I ever remember. Well, other than the Patriots this year, who have been worse at home than they have been on the road. The Chargers are 2-6 at home, and like I said, they just can't seem to get right. I don't know if they're going to get right this game either. What do you think?
I mean, with the interim head coach, I don't see it getting any better. The only defensive player they really have is Khalil Mack. Derwin James, he's out there, but I mean, there's
He kind of is just out there these
yeah.
days.
I mean, there's just two players out there right now.
Well,
And right now, if the Kansas City Chiefs are going to blow up on anybody, this is the team to do it. If you really want to make a statement before the playoffs start, this is the team to do it on. I could see them playing 3 quarters of football and it being over.
Well, the Chiefs receivers have had a lot of playing time. No matter who the backups are playing, they've got in.
But the one to actually just throw on your back and go with Rasheed Rice.
Yeah,
Out
I'm
of his
interested to
mind.
talk about him this summer when
It's-
we get into
it's-
drafting him next
I
year.
mean, I'm just curious to see, you could see a T. Higgins going there. You could see
Yeah.
a couple other wide receivers. And if this man goes down to the number 2, fantasy pickup 100%. Oh, my goodness. So that's just a wait to be seen thing.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Chiefs here,
Oh,
even with
yeah.
all their backups.
Chiefs are getting 3 points too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that goes ahead and tells you what Vegas thinks about it. They're on the road. That means they're a 6-point favorite on a neutral site without all their starters. So we're going to take Andy Reid and the Chiefs here. I don't know that there's really much more to talk about
No,
this
there
game.
isn't.
So we're going to keep moving right on.
Well, let's just say, I just want to say one thing. Chiefs are going to get their last win of the season.
Because
I wouldn't mind it. I
One
can
and
see it,
done in
too.
the first round, boys.
No, I think the Bills are going to end up playing the Chiefs in the first round of playoffs, and the Bills are hot. They might beat them. And the Bills seem to have the Chiefs' number sometimes. So either way, we're going to keep moving. We've got the Broncos are going down to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. And before we get into it too much, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
All right, Broncos-wise, we got Marvin Mims dealing with a hamstring injury. Not sure if he will be playing. We'll have to monitor that. Cortland Sutton is on concussion protocol, so he's one to listen for also. And we'll be without Russell Wilson for the rest of the season by coach's choice.
Yeah. So,
on that injury
so
contract.
Brian, I'm going to tell you, well, there still might be some value out there for Russell. They might use him as a trade. I don't know. Either way, this game, Brian, both these teams are eliminated from the playoffs. There's nothing to play for. Dustin, what's the over-under?
Let's see. We got Las Vegas minus 2.5, and the over/under's 38. Dave, you're right. Nobody's got nothing to play for except the Raiders, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Head coach Pierce for the Raiders. I think this is his last audition to see if he'd get the job. I think he deserves it. I think they got better when he took over.
He did.
So Raiders money line if you want to throw something on this.
I'll tell you what, I think the Raiders have found their franchise quarterback in Aiden O'Connell. Or
Yeah.
O'Donnell, however I say
It's
it.
O'Connell.
Okay. And I'm just looking at that. In the last few weeks, I think your highest points out of Devontae Adams has come with this quarterback. I mean, and everybody's
Yeah.
seeing it. And, I mean, Devontae Adams, he is looking for him regardless. 21 targets last week, 13 catches, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nobody likes that man more than Devontae Adams right now. But I think if you sprinkle a little running game, they could have got past the Colts last week. But I think O'Connell is the answer for the Raiders.
Yeah.
And
I
I think,
gotcha.
I mean, if you're really in your fantasy matchup still right now, I mean, I think he's a safe start.
So, Dustin, when you're looking at the over-under, you look at the spread here. How are you betting this game?
I think the
You already
Raiders
did say the Raiders, did you?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Over under 38. I'll probably just leave that alone.
But you are having the starting quarterback for the Broncos was the backup for the Raiders last year, right? Stidham?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
I'm
right.
not going to pretend like I know.
Okay, so I'm actually looking at this game as he's coming back to the Raiders, and you could see a good game, but I'm just spitballing on it. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there. That
Yeah.
it could happen, but But I think Javonte Williams is a good start on DraftKings this week. I actually have him in my starting lineup.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm not going to spend much time on that because there's no relevance here. Playoffs, they're all eliminated. Let's just keep moving. We got up next. We have the Eagles are going to play the G-Men up in New Jersey.
and we want to say it's a safe game, but tell us why we're wrong, Mom.
You never know.
That shithead
That's about all
Sirianni
I
needs to
can
hit the
say
damn
there.
road.
But the
damn
only one
Arizona
we need to
Cardinals.
watch injury-wise is Devontae Smith. He's been walking around with a brace and on crutches with that leg injury. So he's the only one that's up in the air whether he will play this week. No injuries on the Giants side.
So I think fantasy-wise, though, I mean, the Eagles still have something to play for.
Yeah.
Because if the Dallas Cowboys can beat the Commanders, which they should, and the Eagles beat the Giants, the Cowboys still take that division, right? I think I'm right. Because the Cowboys are ahead of them right now. And strength of schedule ain't getting no better.
They're
either,
tied
so-
right now, so the Cowboys have the advantage.
I mean, I see the Eagles actually playing in a wild card slot this year. They're both going to win, but
Yeah, the Cowboys will clinch if they beat the Commanders.
Eagles are going to make a statement this week. Eagles are going to let everybody know, hey, we're a lot better than we've been playing here lately. Cardinals should never even have been in the game with us. They're going to take the Giants and the Dayball team, and they're going to just make them look. All they can do is blame the Cardinals for this.
The Eagles seemed a little banged up, too. They might benefit from a little bit of rest. I mean, they're already in the playoffs whether they win or lose. Do they sit some people here, maybe play a half? And
I don't, because there's always that chance because Dallas is going to the Commanders. So for the simple fact of saying that, Dallas is one of the worst teams away from home. So
3-5.
So I think we can all look at that and say, okay, we have a fighting chance. But the Eagles lost their identity, and their identity really is running the ball.
Yeah.
Swift is an amazing running back. Hand the man the ball, he will get it down the field. And I think a lot of teams, this is a passing league now, and I think they get away from the run way too much. And I think it really hurts people. And Buffalo saw that last week. Cooks has actually he has put up less than 5 fantasy points in the last 2 weeks. And if you look back 3 weeks ago, he had almost 200 yards and a
the
couple
Bills
of
were
touchdowns.
looking good.
And the Bills annihilated the Dallas Cowboys. So I think we're going to eventually get back to our running game, guys.
Yeah.
We are.
And this game, I know they may end up benching a few people at halftime. I don't know, but I look for a bounce back here. The Eagles need to win. They've been up and down lately like a yo-yo, and I think they're gonna get the train back on the tracks, and I think they'll do it this week. What's the over/under there?
We got 41 points.
And the spread?
Giants -5.5.
Yeah, I like that.
I like the over on it.
No, the Giants are
plus 5.5. I knew what you meant
sorry.
there. So eat the 5.5 from the Eagles. I think you're okay. The G-Men have under Brian Daboll have been showing some fight, but I just don't know that they're going to get it done. The Eagles have to win to prove to everybody, hey, look, we're still the Eagles, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to fly, baby, fly, or whatever.
That's it, and it's going to happen because they're still one of the top NFC teams, and
I'll go off the reservation here a little bit if y'all want me to.
Do it.
We got Philly hasn't they haven't covered the spread in their last 5 games. I think the team that we've seen the last 5 games is kind of who the Eagles are. I'm saying give me the Giants plus 5.5.
Oh, boy.
And the over.
Oh, is Dayball going to pull out all the?
Been drinking some of that Elijah?
Oh no!
Hey, you look too close to Mama's going to cut you over there.
Oh, shit. That's I mean, I think out of all the games tonight, that's probably the biggest. I think he's going to have a lot to answer for next week. Either we are or he is. So,
Yeah. So, Brian, is there any fantasy relevance here?
I mean, I think everybody's going to be starting everybody in this one, so I think it's a safe bet. The Eagles want to show everybody, just like you said, who they are, whether the Cowboys win that division or not. We all know who the Eagles are.
Yeah.
And the Eagles have not shown their potential in games here recently. The Eagles are who we thought they were. So let's just
That's what I'm
say
saying.
the Eagles come alive in the playoffs. Fly, Eagles, fly in this game. Bench Barkley.
I'm gonna lock this in DraftKings now. So I
Okay.
can come back to it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
look.
So,
this is a big debate next week.
So I
guys.
do have this as a lock. It's, at the Eagles lock, take the points. You're good. Don't worry about it. Okay. Don't worry about. Sorry, I'm terrible with impressions.
if Dustin misses next week, it's because of this game.
No.
So I just want to say,
We're gonna keep moving forward. Our next game
My
here
daughter has had a little cough.
is a very interesting game. It is the Rams against the 49ers. The Niners are at home. But before we get into it too much, let's hear who's not going to play.
There's a lot of people not going to play on
Everybody.
both sides.
this is sad.
Now, Rams-wise, they're holding out Stafford, Williams, and Cup, and Carson Wentz is going to be starting for the Rams. You got Tyler Higbee, who's banged up with a dislocated shoulder, and unknown if he will actually play this week, too. 49ers-wise, they're holding out several of their starters also, definitely Christian McCaffrey, and Purdy. You got Sam Darnold that will be starting as quarterback. Which I guess it's good actually that Christian McCaffrey will, because he did sustain some calf injury this past week, so this rest will do him some good.
Yeah. So this is going to come down to a lot of bench players, and I'm going to call this game the Fighting Sean McVays versus the Fighting Kyle Shanahan's.
Yeah.
And who schemes better? Ooh, that's a toughie.
I mean, what are we really betting against in this game?
I
What are
can-
we starting?
what's
in
the
this?
That the
over-under?
Rams first team's better than the 49ers second team.
I mean-
42.5.
That's not bad. That's
no.
good.
Really?
What's the spread?
49ers are still minus 3.5.
Yeah.
But I mean, boys, we're actually looking at this. This is the battle of the backups. Okay, so what backups are better? And I just honestly, I don't even want to talk about this game no more
Yeah.
because I am so upset with the last week of the NFL season that this would be a great game on paper if you had all your starters.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun. Yeah,
it would
yeah,
be
it'd
an
a great
amazing game. And it's so sad that we can't see it. So
Yeah. So
hopefully we see it in the playoffs.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to lock it, but I do kind of like the Rams here to win this game just because.
But
Yeah,
I mean, if you are still in your fantasy leagues,
Against the
Mason,
scout team, give me the Rams. Yeah.
give me Mason in the backfield for the Niners. He probably will get a lot of play.
Puka's playing.
I mean, but
Puka's playing to break a record, then he's out.
Right.
yeah, exactly.
What's
And
he need?
I don't know.
There's-
Catches or yards, I guess.
There's something
Yards.
there where he could break the rookie record.
He would, but I mean, like, this just makes it to where nobody wants to watch this game. So this is a 4:00 game that we'll get.
I'll probably still watch it, though.
Dave, come on now.
It'll be on red zone.
I like
Somebody
to see
scores,
the
I'll
schemes from McVay and Shanahan. But anyways, I guess we're just ready to move on because Brian's
is it.
already he kind of
just-
poo-pooed
Oh, no,
all
we got
over
two
that
more.
one.
I hate it.
So,
It sucks how they
We
do that.
have there's no Monday night game this week, so we have one more 4:00 game, and that is the Cowboys at the Commanders in Washington D.C. And before we get into it, let's see who's playing and who's not.
And I
here.
just want to let y'all
Well,
know I'm
Cow-
pulling the Dustin on this one.
Cowboys wise, the only one out is that Rico Dowdle backing
know
up
this
Tony Pollard. He's messed up his ankle this past week. We'll just see if he plays. I'm not sure. And commander wise, there's no injuries.
Okay.
Mm.
So the big relevance here, Commanders can be tough in certain matchups. I think this is a matchup where they can put up a tough game. But I like the Cowboys to win here as a lock. I have it because they want to secure this home. Well, they can't get the home field because of the Niners, but what they can do is make sure they get that NFC East title. So give me the Cowboys and the money and the points.
All right. I'm going to go off on a limb here.
All right.
And I'm going to say this is the Commanders coach last chance. Help me out with the name.
Rivera. He doesn't have
Ron
any more
Rivera. Okay.
chances.
No,
He's
no,
done.
no. This is
Oh,
this.
Bron's burning some bridges.
No. This is it. Whether he wins this or loses this, he's out. So, but he's going to go out with a bang. Brian Robinson Jr.
All the trick plays.
Nah, we ain't getting trick plays. We're gonna play smash mouth football. We're gonna do it like the old days. We're gonna run it down your throat.
That's it.
And we got Brian Robinson Jr. to do that. And that is exactly what it's gonna take. A little sprinkle of Hal in there.
and a little scary Terry.
That's it. And you know, I see the Commanders coming out in this game with the win because the
Straight up.
Cowboys come out. I mean, I'm taking money line on this.
I am
But,
the Clit Commander.
Yes.
Jesus.
This guy over here.
I like it. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Look, the
Who the hell
Cowboys
woke up
are
Uncle Gary?
the Cowboys are horrible away from home, and I'm saying if they get Brian Robinson Jr. going and they can actually control the clock, the Commanders have a chance.
Yeah. Who was it said that? Was that Uncle Gary?
I think so.
Where he
He's
snuck
been
in
asleep
here
on
and
the
said,
couch
I
since
know it
last
wasn't
week.
one of
I'm
us.
taking the Commanders money line. I
Okay.
like it.
I hear you, Brian. I hear you. But what happened though?
Go
is
ahead, Dustin.
You went against my lock, so you're gonna lose. But Dustin, what's the over under here in the spread?
Phew, Commanders are getting 13 and over-unders is 45.5.
And all that's
Ooh.
coming from Brian Robinson.
45 and a half. That's a lot of points. I don't know about the over under. I might stay away from that. But I still like the Cowboys. But the minus 13, that's a lot of points.
Yeah.
And if you do Cowboys money line, the
Hey,
juice is
wait,
so
wait.
low. You're not
Let
gonna
me
pay
ask you,
much.
gentlemen, what did the Bills do to totally lock down the Cowboys?
Ran the ball.
They ran the ball. And I tell you what, I'll take Brian Robinson Jr. over James Cook any day. So you give me Brian Robinson Jr., you have him run the ball the whole game. You sprinkle in a little bit of Antonio Gibson on the outside, have him rolling out, catching a couple screen passes. You have a little scary Terry, and you throw in a little Dotson.
And Curtis Samuel.
And you got to shake it up.
And,
Yeah.
and boys and girls, you can make it happen. I'm just saying, like I'm being a little.
I might throw 5
I
on this. See
agree
what
with
Brian's
you.
working with.
I like it. I like it. I
$5
like
probably
it.
get you
I
50
like it.
on this.
I think I'm making Dustin a believer here. I'm trying to pull him in. Am I going to get him? What do you think, Dustin?
Whew.
Give it to
I'm
him
gonna be
straight.
I'm gonna be
Give it to him straight.
I'm gonna be rooting for you.
All right.
So, and if you are playing like Brian said, that maybe Brian Robinson is, he might get you some points if for some reason you're still in a fantasy league. And I really, CeeDee Lamb, I would look for him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
for sure. But it's the Cowboys. They're gonna score some points.
I'm
and
saying time of possession, Cowboys probably ain't gonna be on that side of the ball.
the Cowboys don't play well on the road.
Exactly.
So I see your point there, Brian. I still like the Cowboys because they want to win that NFC East title.
I like where your head's at. But,
Hopefully they can win it fairly this week.
Yeah.
oh, easy,
So
easy, Mom.
So
easy.
our next game is the Sunday night game, the nationally televised game. We got a lot to talk about here.
Let's save the best for last.
the Buffalo
This will be
Bills.
a 30-minute Brian segment.
Oh, this is it. This is
The
it.
Buffalo Bills are going down to Miami to play the Dolphins in hot Florida. So before we get into it, let's check in with the football mom and see about these injuries.
All right, we got Jalen Waddle with that high ankle sprain. We'll just have to wait and see if he's going to play. It's still up in the air. Tua, he was downplayed with that shoulder injury. You know he's going to play
Oh,
regardless.
100%.
And then Raheem Mostert, ankle, knee both. Monitor this week the injury report to see if he's going to play. Josh Allen, he's got a stiff neck where he sustained a stinger last week, but he's going to play also.
I get a stiff neck from sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
About that shit.
Hey, Brian or Dustin has to sleep on a couch every Sunday. That's the only way to watch football. No, I'm just teasing. So this game, man, it's exciting. I know this is going to be nationally televised. We're all going to be watching this one. The Bills are on. They are on a run here. I mean, they've won their last 4 games since the bye week, I believe, and the Dolphins they've been kind of hit and miss. I think this is another miss for the Dolphins and another hit for the Bills because why? The Bills are desperate. And when they're desperate, they can be dangerous. And I like the Bills here to win this game.
If you like
And then
this, we ain't
I
friends no
like
more.
the Bills to turn around next week in the playoffs against the Chiefs and take them down too.
Let
Yes, I
me
said
get
it.
mine in so we get Brian
Get it
more
in
fired
because
up.
Yeah.
I'm about to be just. I'm
All
fired
right,
up
all
over
right,
here
all right,
now.
Dustin. What do you
All
have? What do you have?
Bills at the Fids. Dolphins getting 3 at home. We got the over/under set at 50. We got the AFC East crown is up for grabs here. Here's some bad news for the Dolphins. Dolphins have lost 10 out of their last 11 against the Bills. Dolphins are a little banged up. Bills seem to be peaking. Call me crazy. Josh Allen is 9-2 versus the Dolphins with 36 touchdowns. Bills money line in the over.
And okay, all right. Do y'all want me to get going?
You know what, Brian?
The table
Go
is
ahead.
you,
All right.
you
All
got
right,
you
listen.
got 30 minutes. To,
James Cook ain't done nothing for 2 games. Stephon Diggs ain't done nothing for 5 games.
sounds like bounce
So
back.
if we add that together,
You know,
all
it
you're
gets
gonna
you
see.
4 wins
Look,
straight.
look. I ain't even going. I ain't even going off a Dolphins fan right
You
now.
had that together, get you 4 wins straight.
I got you. But, dude, I'm actually taking the Dolphins in this game. I see we have not won that crown for so long. I see the Dolphins taking this game 100%. Tyreek Hill, MVP of the game, over 200 yards.
Yeah.
Tell me one Buffalo player that's going to stop Tyreek Hill.
Well, I mean, who's he?
All
The
right,
thing is, it's a team sport, Brian. It's a team sport.
And look, Dave, I
It's
got
a
you.
team sport.
Dave, I got you. You can't name one. So for the simple fact that if we get Raheem Mostert back and we have a chain in that backfield, that you are not going to be able to stop the Miami Dolphins from winning that crown because that is all they're hoping for this year. If they win the East, all we're hoping for is that let's give us a playoff win. The Dolphins have had a successful season.
The Dolphins have they have proven to the world that they have a glass jaw. They cannot handle the big heavyweight fights, and that's what happened when they played the Ravens. That's what happened when they're going to play the Bills this week. Okay, the Bills are thirsty. They're hungry. They got to win. And guess what?
I get it.
They are a physical team. They have a physical, tough defense. And Miami's little glass jaw is going to fold up like a lawn chair. I said it, folks. Lock it in.
Are
The
you
Bills
he done
will beat
lost,
the
man.
Dolphins.
You're glossing right over
Dude,
that
dude,
Dallas
dude.
victory.
Yeah, exactly.
They beat Dallas
like,
a week and a half ago.
wait. Is Dallas no team at all?
Dallas can't win on the road because they don't have a run game.
Okay. Can Buffalo win on the road? Because they're coming to Miami. You did know that, right?
Yes. The Buffalo Bills have won 4 in a row, and they've not all been at home, okay? They are hot, probably the hottest team
Hot
in
to
the league
try.
right now. You give me the Bills all day. Eat the points. What is
3.
that? Yeah, eat those 3. No, you get +3, right?
Yeah.
Yo, you get 3. You know what? You don't need them. You take the money line, get a little extra juice on your bet. The Bills will take down the Dolphins. No sweat, baby. Lock of the week.
Hey, no. This is going to be the video of the week. All right.
unlocked the
Listen to
week
this,
on you.
Dave-O.
Lock of the
Dave-O. Lock of the week,
Go
video
ahead,
of the
go ahead.
week. Hey, DDB's End Zone Empire, they about to put out their first video. All right, I'm telling you right now, Dolphins going to beat Buffalo Bills. If they won't, I will wear a dress on a video and show y'all next week. And is Dave going to throw that out there?
I don't even want to see it.
No. If the Dolphins win, is Dave going to wear a dress next week and throw it on a video? Oh, he ain't going to do it.
No.
Oh, the
They
man.
ain't got a reputation.
we're-
They ain't got a reputation
wait,
right here. I ain't
We-
wearing no
wait.
dresses.
I just want to say,
We
the
are
man
not
ain't.
going to have video capabilities next week.
Oh, wait, but we can actually throw it out there. I'll
So
throw it out.
producer
We can do something.
says no video.
All right, but I just want to say, Dave
Brian
ain't-
can take a video on YouTube, post it on under the comment section.
I
for the-
can't, but I just
We
want
can
to
make
say,
it happen.
Dave is not too confident in his pick.
It's not that. It's not that. It's the lock of the week.
I like it.
I'm
I
confident,
wanted to throw it out
but
there. A
I'm
little
not gonna put a dress
controversy.
on whether I win or lose. Somebody one time said, "Hey, if you finish last place in your fantasy league, you're gonna have to get a tattoo." No, I'm not.
I was that guy.
Will not do it.
I was
I'm
that guy,
not doing
and
it
he
for
told
some
me no.
dumb shit like that. I can't do it.
A little
Can't even do
controversy.
it.
I want to throw it in just to see
Little
what you would
tat.
do. I like it.
Okay, so
I like
Brian,
where your head's at though.
this game, okay, say you do have a championship game this week and you need your guys to perform. This seems like a high-scoring game where you can depend on a lot of these main key players. Are you seeing that too?
I say your number one pick this week, Gabe
Gabe
Davis. Really
How's
steps
Gabe
in.
Davis number one when you said Tyreek Hill's going to get 200 yards?
But I'm just simply saying that Gabe Davis steps in when the game's on the line. And I mean, in all
Prime time.
in all the unrelevant games, Gabe Davis, like we're starting him, he ain't giving you points. Tyreek Hill's going to put up a big game, but Gabe Davis, if you're looking on the Buffalo side, I'm looking Gabe Davis right now. So
Boys, I think y'all have been on this one for a while. I don't know if we can maybe move it on. I got to go down to the store and get some of that kale pectate.
Okay.
Here he goes again.
yeah, Dolphins fan coming out in me. My bad, guys. It's a little shit.
So look,
between
folks, it is the new year. Don't forget to eat your black-eyed peas, your cabbage, and your cornbread for your luck. Yes, we're Southern folks, and we believe that shit.
I like
so,
it. I like
so
it.
we this is week 18. Stay tuned, folks, because we will bring you the playoffs, whether it's fantasy, the weeklies, or whether it's you're going to gamble on your playoff card. We will have all the information you need, so stay tuned for the playoffs because it's time to win the money.
That's it. And I just want to say your best shows are in the future here. Like when we break down the games for the fantasy, or for the fantasy and the NFL playoffs, it's really going to come hard. So definitely stay tuned.
Oh yeah, and don't forget us about it in the summer because we're going to start cooking up drafts early. So
Come
We're
on.
already thinking about it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
Rasheed Rice.
So listen,
Rasheed
folks.
Rice, I like it.
If you made it this far, you're like family to us, and we really do appreciate you. And this is Week 18, DDB's End Zone. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up.
What happened?
Hold up.
What happened?
I want to tell y'all something real quick.
Hey, this is the last
These-
regular season episode.
This
so
is
bring
Week
it hard.
18 locks from Dave.
Bring
and
it
I
hard.
do have the Steelers over the Ravens. I have the Lions over the Vikings. I have where did I lock the Bears? Did I lock the Bears?
Lock them. Lock them.
Nah.
Lock them. Lock them.
No, I've locked the Eagles over the Giants, the Rams over the Cardinals, the Bills over the Dolphins, and the Cowboys over the Commanders. Listen, folks, you put that in your parlay. Not all of them. Not all of them in one. Don't be a knucklehead. But, you pick 3 or 4 of those. You got to play the numbers. It's a numbers game, okay?
Play the outside game. Take the Dolphins. I don't know. I don't know.
Lock
I'm
of the
just
week.
saying.
Well,
I like it,
anyways,
Dave.
we appreciate you. This is DDB's End Zone Empire, and we out of here.
Later.
Get out of here.